if you think about 1989 and 1990 in Eastern Europe and the dissident movements on Eastern Europe, of course, the story in the West, it's told as a story of they were all free market liberals, they loved the West, they wanted to have jeans and consumption and rock music and so on. But this is not the case. If you read the movements, especially, Havel, the Czech movements, the dissident movements of the 1980s in Poland, in the Czech Republic, in Hungary, an important part of that project was a critique of real socialism, but also a critique of capitalism. So these were democratizing movements that were genuinely trying to find the third way, not the third way of the kind of new labor kind, but a third way that would be able to put together perhaps the more positive aspects of a socialist project, this attention to social justice, or the attention to certain gender questions, or the attention to anti-colonial struggles, with also critique of the lack of democracy and the bureaucratization of the rigid way in which the socialist Stalinist regime, but even just socialist regimes, even after Stalin in the Soviet Union, operated. So I think it's really important to recover that tradition and not to let it be crushed between those two poles. On the one hand, the ones who say, well, socialism is just what real socialism was, Stalinism, and then post-Stalinism, Brezhnev and up to Gorbachev, on the other hand. And, or it's capitalism, it's free markets, it's Hayek. So I think this is where I believe it's really important also for the left to be able to engage and to carve a space between those two poles.